Dr. Menno here. I want to thank Racer Rick for sending me this, one of our subbers out there and friends. UK wireless carriers beg conspiracy theorists, oh my God, is that me? To stop burning down their 5G towers. And I put a video out a week or two ago about how this guy, Mr. Patterson, and I've gotten a lot of slack from it, but mostly support on how this guy, who, drove a tank around in 2007 destroying towers, and the whole idea of it was he was re-emerging to warn people about 5G dangers. Now, everybody thinks this guy did this. Oh, they're calling it fake news. Yes, I know it was in 2007, you freaking idiots. Why don't you listen and read? You get all these title readers, and then they go and jump and make their comments without watching the damn video or without even following the links for the substantiation. Anyway, let's look into this article here. Look at those. Look at that beautiful tower. Oh my gosh. Look at all that electronic stuff. Boy, it's a stinky smell too, to tell you the truth. Wireless carriers in Europe, including EE, O2, Vodafone. Ah, didn't I just upload a video about the old executive from Vodafone? Gotta watch these videos, folks. I'll try to put all the links in there. And 3, released a press statement asking for people to stop burning down cell towers and to cease circulating false claims. Oh my God, false claims. We'll get into that. That 5G is somehow connected to the coronavirus epidemic. This statement follows a rash of attacks on 5G towers in the United Kingdom. See, this is after that video came out, so maybe they're going to try to blame me on this stuff. Vandals have set fire to at least 3 5G towers throughout the UK in the past week. Oh my goodness, reports the BBC. Wait a minute, isn't that part of the mainstream media? The global mainstream media. I won't click on that, don't worry. Both police and fire services are needed to extinguish the flames. So I'll put this link in there, of course. I want to go down to this section here. We will continue to take action on accounts that violate our rules, including content in relation to unverifiable claims, which incite social unrest. Oh, I'm a social dissident. I'm inciting social unrest. Widespread panic, which they're doing with this whole pandemic crap, or large-scale disorder. Oh, I love large-scale disorders. Don't you love social unrest, large-scale disorders, especially from a corrupt government? Facebook is taking aggressive stance against this false information. I'm going to get to all this. Just hang in there. Removing posts that falsely link 5G to coronavirus or incites people to act violently against this technology. So you can see here, Facebook already got on me about posting that particular video and wanting to take it off. Well, actually, they wouldn't let me post it without a warning on there. YouTube also made a commitment to remove videos that claim there is a link between 5G and the coronavirus epidemic. So I've been very careful with my posts. Actually, I've been posting stuff on a site that's unpopular just for this reason, because I'm so shadow banned and so monitored, and they got shills assigned to my YouTube channels. These videos violate the company's new policy prohibiting videos that promote medically unsubstantiated methods of preventing a coronavirus infection. YouTube is removing 5G coronavirus videos, but is not removing all 5G conspiracy videos. In these videos, the anti-5G groups claim that radiation from 5G towers causes health risks and lowers immune system effectiveness. In reality, this technology is as safe as existing wireless technologies such as 3G, 4G. Instead, and I got an article I'm going to show you about this, the Turin courts and criminal courts, international courts have determined, yes, these cell towers do cause cancer. Instead, YouTube is adding a disclaimer to the beginning of each video. This disclaimer points out that the theories prompted in the video were determined to be false by the company's fact checkers. Okay, here's a report from the Turin Court of Appeal confirms head cancer caused by mobile phone. The Turin Court of Appeals fully confirms the 2017 Court of Ivrea judgment, Judge Fada. It is true that the acoustic neuronoma was caused by the working use of the mobile phone. Okay, according to the court, there exists scientific evidence supporting the statement of the causal link according to the more likely than not criteria of probability. Okay, instead of reading all this to you, it's too long to put in the show notes. So if you want a copy of this, maybe look it up on the internet. I'll try to find a link where I actually got this from, or email me and I'll be glad to email this to you. But this is the full report here claiming that scientific evidence, once again, some of it's bullshit, which I'm going to show you coming up. There is some causal damage from cell phone use. And, you know, I can throw in all these ugly pictures of people with ear cancer, head cancer, testy cancer, hand cancers. You know, this has been circulating around long enough. So who are we pretending? Who are we believing? Who are these scientists that are doing all this opposite type of research? Okay, here's another quick mention here. Tobacco Explained, the truth about the tobacco industry in its own words. I can go on forever with this crap here. Smoking and health. Publicly, the industry denied and continues to deny that it is clear that smoking causes lung cancer. Yep, they're denying. Yet it has understood the carcinogenic nature of its product since the 1950s. Now it is clear that the industry stance on smoking and health is determined by lawyers and public relations concerns. See, this is everything what's behind this 5G crap. They understand, they know that it causes problems and it could cause cancer. But you got too many profit-mongering assholes, and you got lawyers and public relations concerns. Once again, apply all this to the 5G crap going on. All right, let's talk about scientists. Since these seem to be the people out there that everybody's believing, that scientists say that, scientists say this whole freaking arena of scientists. Well, I just kind of showed you supposedly scientists in the area of smoking seem to have some issues. The scientists who work for these tobacco companies seem to think that their product is okay, and they're still not admitting to having anything to do with causing cancer. Okay, what about you know, our belief in scientists, man? You people got to wake up. What about all these scientists, Monsanto, that said that glyphosate is safe, that it doesn't cause cancer? What about all these so-called scientists? What about the scientists behind the Monsanto people, once again, with the Agent Orange, that said, oh no, there's no problem, there's no cancer risk, you know, we can spray it on any foreign body or in our own troops, and it's okay. What about the chemtrails? What about the scientists behind chemtrails that say, oh no, there's nothing wrong with barium and aluminum being sprayed in our atmospheres? While other scientists have actually gone up there and took measurements and analyzed the vapors emitting from these so-called jets. Okay, what about the scientists behind nuclear energy that says it's okay, nuclear energy is very cool, it's so efficient, it's so wonderful, it's so clean? But the scientists seem to ignore the long-term effects. And I've always said nuclear energy is so crazy because all it really does is boil water. We can't think of any other way to boil water. What about all the scientists from the pharmacy industry? What about all them that's saying their drugs are okay, but yet over 400,000 people every year die from drug mishaps, from drug overdoses? More people die from pharmacy drugs than drugs in the street. What about all them scientists that say, hey, it's okay, take your pills, believing your doctors? Aren't doctors, in a sense, scientists, people with doctorate degrees or PhDs? Aren't they considered scientists? The medical profession is one of the most unprofessional professions in the world right now, and has always kind of been, because they really don't care about preventative aspects of disease. Now, also, wasn't it scientists that confirmed the weapons of mass destruction? Wasn't a scientist that analyzed that so-called anthrax in the little vial that you'll see here Colonel Powell is holding, General Powell? Just because somebody has a general attached to their name don't mean they're scientists. It don't mean they deserve special recognition. The Surgeon General, oh wow, oh he's a general. Oh, we're supposed to believe this clown who allow all of these diseases, the alcoholism, the smoking, the pollution. This general, why don't he fight against pollution? He's a general, isn't he? A medical general. where over 9 million people in the world die from petroleum distillates in one way or another. What about politicians and the lies of politicians? Aren't politicians scientists? Don't they take political science in school? That was our big joke in college was, oh, if you want to be a lawyer, you skate through political science or English literature. They're scientists. Lawyers have a doctor of law. Wouldn't they be considered scientists? What about judges, juris doctorates? Abusing the Constitution. They're political science. These are scientists, and they're all full of shit. All of your politicians are full of shit. Now, my favorite here is the scientist from NASA who told us we went to the moon. I'm sorry, but the last few years I've been against this whole idea that we went to the moon. Come on, they can't even make a decent electronics, a decent laptop or desktop computer. And we supposedly went to the moon. 4 Apollo missions has the same technology as a cell phone these days. Come on. Van Allen, come on. You've heard many slips from scientists. These astronauts are considered scientists, right? And they're lying through their teeth that they actually walked on the moon. And some of them have even slipped in interviews. So science needs to shut up about all of this crap and their solutions. You know, this whole drinking and all these diseases and in the climate change scientists, you know. They're all a joke. Scientists is a lost profession anymore. They have been bought off. They have been bribed. They have been lobbied. They work for the fascist corporations. All this stuff. And my last mention here about scientists and diseases and the coronavirus. I think in the last 2 months I might have heard the word Yemen maybe twice on a sideshow from RT. What about all the disease going on and the famine going on and the hundreds of thousands of people dying in Yemen? What about that? That seems to be more critical than this coronavirus. And we know exactly the cause of that. We know exactly how to prevent that. Quit supplying Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Emirates, all these effing countries bombing the crap out of these poor people. And of course, it's all coming from the United States. What about the military-industrial complex? Scientists. We're supposed to believe scientists? Wasn't scientists the ones who got us in all of these wars? Scientists lying, being paid off, being bought, being succumbed by yellow journalism? These are scientists. We're supposed to believe these assholes? They just have a long chain of lying, deceiving everybody. Scientists has lost their clout. Science has lost their clout and credibility because they have been bought off. Okay, now let's talk about the scientists that are telling us that cell towers G2, 3, 4, and 5 have no causal effects on our bodies. These scientists, oh, we're going to believe them, we're supposed to believe them, are telling us that it's all safe. Then there's been other scientists and studies showing that do have some pretty good physical evidence that brain cancer, hand cancer, testy cancer, breast cancer from all these women putting their phones down here next to their boobies here are developing cancers. There's plenty of pictures on the internet. I don't want to gore you out with that kind of stuff. You know, I don't want to go looking for them. Hey, I only got one meg MSP or whatever those. I only got actually less than 1 meg I got for an upload speed. So I got to keep these videos short. It takes so much time and my poor system gets taxied. So scientists, man, you can't believe these assholes. You just can't believe, good or bad. But what you can believe is us conspiracy theories, because the whole term conspiracy comes a made-up term from the CIA to discredit the JFK investigations. So anybody who throws conspiracy theory, these conspiracy theories, oh, watch it, oh, we don't want anybody burning down our cell phone towers, oh my gosh, they're all a bunch of conspiracy theories telling all this BS out there. But wait a minute, the BS comes from the other side. It comes from the people telling you that it's okay. That's where the BS is coming from. That should be the conspiracist. The conspiracy theories telling you that it's okay. That's a conspiracy on its whole own. Not us, who are trying to expose the corruption and the lies of everything ingredient in their product. Okay, I'm just still watching the world collapse of the third party down here because it's definitely collapsing. Could be more sooner than later. Pura vida.